Look, I created this. That is very good. Thanks, and you can do this too. You just have to go to portraitartacademy.com. The link is below the video. There you'll find hundreds of videos about drawing tutorials that can teach you how to do this too.
With a population of more than 1.3 billion people, it would be unwise to leave out the art history of a country that has played such a significant role in the world humanity has shaped. Home of dozens of religions and languages, various cultural practices, and a long legacy of empires, thrones, temples, structures, and calligraphy, the country of India is a cultural unicorn few people fully understand.
Well, that begs the question. Do unicorns actually come from India? Shorty, unicorns don't exist. They don't? No, they're made up. Horses exist. Rhinos exist. Narwhals exist. But horses with horns have been invented by people's imagination. You didn't know that? Well, of course I did. Never mind that. Let's just keep going.
When we look at the art from India, we might be in awe of the many paintings that came from historical times in that country, portraying different styles. These styles had different cultures and names behind them, such as Mughal, Deccan, Pahari, Tanjore, and others. With the arrival of the British Empire, more modern approaches were taken, resulting in fine art and sophisticated oil paintings as well.
When the settlers from Europe came, a new age of art began. In fact, a new way of everything was introduced. And despite the fact that the British Empire didn't always treat the Indians humanely, acting like real conquerors and not friends, their culture definitely added some sophistication to certain fields like literacy and art.
Another cultural craft that is often impressive is the Indians' knack for sculpting. Wood, ivory, and stone were used to create statues of people, animals, and religious figures of deities such as Buddha, Shiva, and Hare Krishna.
I like some of those statues, very colorful and creative. Yeah, they have some really interesting ones. Seems like they didn't always shy away from nudity, did they? Haha, no they didn't. I guess that was accepted, especially when creating a statue. Well, at least it's not just one gender that gets embarrassed. No sexism there. I see your point. Yeah, that's true. They exposed them both, men or women.
Impressive statues and stone figures have been dug up or have been passed on through generations, ranging all the way from around 300 BC to the current century.
Statues will always be popular in India, and one reason for that is religions, and the worship of statues in those religions, and the fascinating tales and legends around those religious figures. You can make some very cool action movies from Indian mythology, I guess.
Indian art has been influenced by a wide variety of religions. Some of the most significant ones have been Buddhism and Islam, but also a few religions that are typical for the Indian region, such as Hinduism, Jainism, and Sikhism.
India just has some religions that other countries don't, and some are polytheistic, meaning that they believe in multiple gods. Well, isn't that something? But there aren't just multiple gods, but also multiple goddesses. Haha, that's absolutely true. It doesn't surprise me that you're the one pointing that out. Of course, I stand up for women's rights. Girl power!
Jainism, ironically, was a religion that used the swastika, representing the perpetual nature of the universe in the material world, where a creature is destined to one of those states based on their karma.
Wait, what? The swastika was a religious symbol? Yeah, you didn't know that? I knew it. No, of course I didn't know that. I thought Adolf Hitler made it up himself. Nope, he stole that one. What about the Heil Hitler greeting with the stretching of the hand? He stole that one from the Romans. Remember they used to say, Ave Caesar? Ave Caesar? Wow, and what about the eagle? Did he steal that too? Also from the Romans. Did he invent anything new? I don't know. Sure, maybe, but not those symbols at least. Jeez, what a copycat, man. Unbelievable. Did that make you lose respect for Adolf Hitler? Lady, what are you implying? I never had respect for that piece of garbage in the first place.
Aside from the swastika and other religious symbols, Jainism, despite its limited geographical reach, contributed significantly to Indian art.
Jainism has some interesting doctrines, like the one that says that we should always avoid violence, greed, or absolutism. They believe all these three are not good for human beings. Usually people in this religion are generous and open-minded or peaceful for that reason. What does that mean, absolutism? I guess that there's only one truth. So you're saying that they don't believe anything is true? No, I'm saying that they believe that the ultimate truth is complicated and that it has many aspects, just like there are many witnesses to a crime and they all have a different perspective of what happened. Ah, got it.
Aside from no aggression, no theft, no possessions, and a typically vegetarian diet, monks in Jainism commit to celibacy and complete sexual abstinence. Moreover, some of them, because they denounce the possession of clothes, walk around in public unclothed.
Unclothed? You mean naked? I mean, that's inappropriate. Wow, they really take that no possession thing to the next level, don't they? I'll be darned. Gotta love the monks in Jainism. That's just strange to me.
But regardless of the many religious mantras, prayers, customs, and commitments, Jainism has definitely meant something for the world of art.
There are some fascinating ancient temples that were meant for the rituals and practice of Jainism. Decorative patterns, proportionally correct statues, and much, much more. An impact on Indian art in general. But Jainism hasn't impacted our world nearly as much as another religion that's dominant in India.
A long time ago, between 1500 and 2300 BC, people began to practice a belief in the teachings of Hinduism. 1.2 billion people nowadays practice it, or at least claim to be Hindu, which consists of almost 15% of the entire world's population.
It's literally one of the biggest religions. But because of the majority of Hindu population living in just a few countries, particularly in India and some around it, we don't always come in contact with this ancient religion. Well, I've heard of it. You have heard of it? Well, then it's definitely a known one. You haven't heard of that many things, have you? Not really. I don't spend my days at the library like you, lady. I have to hunt for game every night so we can eat.
One typical belief of Hinduism includes reincarnation, which has shaped Indian society into categories and classes, or what they call castes.
For some, the caste system is a real problem. Warriors, peasants, and merchants were people who were born in the middle classes. The belief was that they were born in those classes because of how they lived in previous lives, which suggests the idea that typically they deserved the circumstances in which they were born. But for the outcasts, the ones at the bottom, this often meant nobody would touch them, or help them, or even come near them. They were basically considered the trash pile of society. Oh, how cruel. Whatever happened to equality? Well, that's the point. They believed that in their former lives, those people hadn't lived a life that was worth of much more, and that their class in the caste system was their just punishment for that. I don't think I could support that idea. Aside from that, many noble ideas are integrated in Hinduism, such as self-actualization, a proper lifestyle, virtue, and working for one's living. But as long as it wouldn't interfere with the others, they also esteemed pleasure and fun as an important element of life, including the sexual aspect. So it was like the complete opposite of Jainism, wasn't it? The one promoting celibacy and the other one promoting free expressions of erotic desires? Basically, yes. And often these romantic or erotic approvals would be strengthened by stories from Indian literature, including such romantic legends as the Ramayana. where Sita and Rama express their undying love for each other. Why is he blue? Are there blue people living in India? Haha, no, the blue is considered a neutral color. Also, they claim that it reflects the color of the cosmos. So when Hindus go around to their incantations towards Vishnu, Krishna, or Rama, they are typically blue. Who, what, and what now? Krishna, Rama, and Vishnu. Gesundheit. Those are three important deities in Hindu religion. Oh, interesting. Sorry about the misunderstanding.
Hindu art has contributed to the world with many statues of those deities, temples with engravings and statues carved into them, impressive structural shapes from the ancient world.
Some Hindu temples look amazing. I've never been to India, but I definitely would like to go. Yeah, I can see that. They're quite pretty.
Other artistic works from that religion include depictions of deities and their epic mythologies. Stories that are still being read to children every day.
So there was something, I don't know, it was like a Hare Krishna temple or something. And once per year, a bunch of people come together and they throw chalk at each other. Is that a Hindu thing too? Haha, yes, that's called the Holi festival. It's usually at the beginning of spring, and that is its symbolic meaning as well. What? To welcome spring. Oh, I see. But then why do they throw chalk at each other? The tradition of throwing colored powder and water is believed to originate from the mythological story of Radha and Krishna, which is the Hindu god depicted with blue skin. It is believed that he complained to his mother about his fair skin complexion. The powdered paint thrown during the festival represents the bonfire from which Prahalad was saved. The powder also pays homage to the bright colors seen during the spring season. Interesting. Well, and something else. It is said that during the Holi festival, the gods turn a blind eye, and it's one of the few times that extremely devout Hindus allow themselves to let loose a little. Wait, so they could just do whatever they want without the consequences? Maybe, I don't know, basically. I thought you knew everything. Haha, yeah, almost everything. Not everything, Ophelia. Not everything. Well, whatever the meaning, it looks pretty artistic to me. Yeah, and that's so crazy about Hinduism. Holi is just one festival with artistic value. They have so many other ones as well. And many of them integrate some form of art, for sure.
India, with over 1.3 billion people, has had a significant impact on humanity's quest for art and meaning. Mankind has preserved some of its ancient traditions and customs, beliefs and rituals, of which there will be more to come.
And womankind.
And womankind. Oh, come on. I was already done with my sentence. Couldn't you let this one go for once?